So Tanya, why should I style a property?
Andrew, you should style your property because
Hello, welcome to the very first episode of Inside Real Estate. Our very first guest today is Tanya Giuffre from Evolve Property Styling. Tanya is the Managing Director at Evolve. And Tanya, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Tanya, just to get things started, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm an interior designer, qualified interior designer. My husband and I started renovating properties, over 20 years ago now. We would buy a property specifically to renovate and flip it and put it back on the market, and we would do all the work ourselves. So I guess I have a really good insight about where you get value with renovating properties, which translates very well into property styling.
So Tanya, why should I style a property?
Andrew, you should style your property because you create more interest with a broader cross-section of buyers. It's proven that you actually increase the sale price of your property, and also you sell it quicker. Return on investment, you're looking at a minimum of 7 up to even 15%. Obviously we've had higher than that before, but that's an average figure of what you would expect return on investment. And let's face it, beautiful photos is what gets people into your property in the first place. In this digital age, you really need to be able to get people through the front door.
Definitely, we see that on our side as well. Ultimately, you're fighting for buyers' attention now. Mm-hmm. So I know we've spoken about this before, but yes. Getting those buyers to notice those photos and having the right scale mm-hmm. of furniture really does, pay dividends. When buyers walk through a property, they've only got a small amount of time to get a feel for it, and obviously exactly. If it all flows and makes sense, it definitely does help with the buyer's decision on whether it's for them or not.
I think about how many times, if someone's a serious buyer, how much time they spend every weekend looking around at different properties, and they'll see maybe up to 20 properties. So I think it's really important, particularly in this market, that your property stands out for all the right reasons. People are buying a dream. They don't want to walk from their house with their everyday clutter into another house. This is going to be the biggest investment of their life. So anything that you can do to present your property so it stands out and has at the same time personality and something individual has to be beneficial for your property.
So Tanya, do you believe every property benefits from being styled?
Absolutely, Andrew. Every property benefits from being styled, regardless of whether it's even considered a knockdown. I think that there's benefits as well. If you look at photos online, if you've got furniture in all the rooms, it helps people to see the proportion and the space of a room as opposed to just an empty room. So it's surprising what furniture can do as far as hiding different things as well, a little bit of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, definitely. We just recently conducted a campaign that we finished where your team was involved, of course, and we found buyers were then noticing and understanding the home better because the furniture brought it all together, and they've only got a limited amount of time to see it when they're there, and that really did help bring that property, to its full potential. Where people then did notice some of the more attractive period features of the home as well, which that older style furniture sort of encapsulated. During the campaign, in the end, actually, we turned out the bidders at the auction, one was a knockdown, rebuild buyer, and the other one was trying to keep it because of the features of the home. So that showed to us that it picked up both sides of the marketplace. Buyers have only got a short time to kind of digest it. So I think that for me, I think it's an extremely powerful moment to do. And again, we're fighting for their attention right back at photos like we talked about, and that's so important. Okay, so for those that are looking to do a department store do-it-yourself property style, what's the one piece of advice you could give those people?
The most important piece of advice would be to declutter. You have to be quite dispassionate how you look at your house, remove yourself emotionally from it. Stand at the door for every room and just look at how it presents, because that's how it will look through the camera eye. So once you've done that, you can then decide what you need to take away, and potentially you might remove up to 50% of your items.
What's one question you get asked all the time?
I get asked all the time for help in decorating their house, and it's usually to do with colours, or they've bought pieces of furniture which are too big and they're trying to ask my help to problem solve.
And why do you think that is? Is it just down to trying to stay up with trends, or is it?
I think people are so much more exposed to interior design now because of all the shows. So everybody has a real interest in interior design now and staying on trend. That's why I often get asked about colours, or what colour should I do this, or I've got a grey wall now, what other colours should I use? But often people will have gone out and bought a piece of furniture that they absolutely fell in love with, and they haven't considered how big it is in the space.
If you could give one piece of advice around property styling, what would it be?
The advice that I give is try and remember to step outside of your personal interest in the home and try and be a little bit dispassionate in that how you present your home is going to be very different to how you live in it. So you need to be open to how you lay out your furniture. The most important thing I think you would say from a real estate point of view is when you've got groups of people coming through your home, they need to flow through the home really easily. They're not walking into the back of furniture or stepping around things. You have to take that I'm living in the house hat off and stand and look at every room like a picture snapshot and just rearrange your furniture even, or let a stylist come and help you to get the right balance for the room so that it feels easy for the people when they come in.
Tanya, thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been amazing.
Thank you, it's been my absolute pleasure.
You're welcome. If you'd like to know more, please hit the Learn More button below. Alternatively, you can contact us directly. But until next time, thanks for watching.